So, Kristoff St. John had a will. His daughter alleges that the will was altered and doctored. So let's see if it was, and it should be victorious. And corrections. Well, so far it looks like you will. That's the outcome. Happy family. Your first card is Diligence with the 8 of Pentacles. So keep at it, keep going. Even reading a piece of paper like a will. So it was rumored his will was handwritten. So there's some disappointment. Unsatisfactory condition, clinging. So something is harder to change than you anticipated, which would be a legal document. There is some dishonor here, or winning by heavy-handed means. This wouldn't be like doctoring. This would be theft if it was. This is different. This is like a bully tactic. And the Emperor. So there may be some manipulation of money and documents, but not to the point to where it's illegal. It's more to the point to where loophole-wise. Because this is not theft. This is dishonor. Dishonor is not necessarily illegal. It's just not moral. But let's keep going. Judgment. So something from the past coming back up again. Queen of Swords. So this is the law for me. Your fear is justice will not be on your side. And then legally it will not turn out in your favor. The 8 of Wands is the hope. So that's like information communication coming out. In the environment is a new action. So there is some sort of new appeals process or new something that you have to go through. 3 of Wands is a waiting. So after the initial stages, of course, there's always a waiting period while you hear what you need to hear. And your word of warning is defending. So you will have a fight on your hands, of course, naturally, because this has something to do with wheels and money, and one party can't really speak about what he put in his will. So there is a defending that will have to happen. Your word of solace is the moon. So if things are that ambiguous, then they can also be used in your favor. But something will also come out that could be used. And the 3 of Swords and the family card. Now, that's interesting. 3 of Swords is about betrayal, heartbreak. And so I think this has now sort of changed things here. It will not work out in her favor. Because here's the home card, and then here's the heartbreak. It's either doctored or that's what he wanted in there. So why the heartbreak and betrayal around the family and money? Cooperation, union, page of wands is news. There's an abandonment and a tower. So I think towards the end of things, it just went horribly wrong. Like maybe when this was written up, that things were just not on a good place. Because there's walking away, like something abruptly happened with the tower and the 8 of cups. Like something abruptly happened to where it just all fell apart. And this could be also his will. Because here's a union and cooperation, like he could have been working with someone on it. And there's the news about what happened. And then boom, it all fell apart. And then it was doctored or whatever else. Victory, 9 of cups, 9 of wands, and the magician. So the fight still rages, because here's the moving on card with the idealism. So something that looks better than it actually is. And then there's the uphill battle. And then the skills and talent. So this is more legal fight. Rough transition. And then there's a celebration. There's the Queen of Cups has a new outlook. There's money coming in. There's a new money. And then there's a 4 of Swords. So there's a time of retreat and rest after that. And then there's their victory. And then there is some delayed news, maybe even disappointing. So you could win the case, it just won't be what you thought it was. Rushing ahead, there's illumination, surprises. So yeah, there's going to be a surprise to come out of this. I think it's not going to be what you thought. And the world reversed, so there's a new beginning to something, like a whole new beginning. The Fool follows it, so there's confirmation that this is not over, or the ending of the case starts something else. Everything comes out, so it's no longer secret, so this is going to probably be something for tabloid. And the 9 of Cups is a desire, sometimes a gluttony card, so we'll see what happened there. Yeah, it has something to do with the family though. So it's, I think some family news is going to start to come out after this. There is a woman who may be responsible for some money loss or money moving. And the search for answer does lead to disappointment. So we'll stop there. I think this case will wrap up. And this is probably why it's heartbreak. Is because once it's over, it begins. Inevitability. There's a cycle to this. So once it's over, it begins. It begins something else, something you didn't account for. Something nobody wanted. It may be just family business. This is going to be thrown out there in the street. So, wish you all luck. When a person dies in a family, it often starts a whole new mess and things just fall apart like this. So hopefully this won't be too bad on you all and you'll figure it out.